Welcome back to Tales from the Shelf. The Valley of Gwangi, a fun little western fantasy with effects by the legendary Ray Harryhausen. Harryhausen was best known for his stop-motion effects on films like The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, 1,000,000 Years BC, and later on the original Clash of the Titans. I've always been a big fan of stop-motion personally, so any film that features extensive effects like that always, at the very least, intrigues me. And I'm happy to report The Valley of Gwangi is a good one. A group of cowboys and circus performers in early 20th century Mexico discover a hidden valley where several extinct species live on, including tiny prehistoric horses and, probably a little more notably, actual dinosaurs, with the fiercest one being the Allosaurus gwangi. Yeah, officially Gwangi is an Allosaurus, not a Tyrannosaurus, but somehow I don't think anyone cares about the distinction. So the gang plans to capture some of the beasts and bring them back to show off, and that goes about as well as you'd expect. The film was originally the idea of Willis O'Brien, the animator on King Kong and Harryhausen's mentor. Hopefully that explains why this plot is kinda similar to King Kong, just with more of a Western approach. But the idea was shelved, and it wasn't until years later after O'Brien had died that the script was revived and the film was finally made. This was the last dinosaur film that Harryhausen worked on, definitely the monsters he's best known for animating, as by this point, the monster movies he was known for had pretty well declined in popularity. After this, he did the effects for a few fantasy movies, but even those were few and far between. But man, the effects in this film are really something. It's clear that a lot of time and patience went into these effects, and they look great for the time. So much weight and movement, and they don't skimp out on the screen time either. It does take a little while for the dinosaurs to arrive. In fact, for the first half, I'd say the film almost feels like a lower-budget John Ford picture. But once the creatures do finally show up, they get plenty of screen time. Like many of Harryhausen's productions, the human characters are somewhat de-emphasized in favor of the monsters getting the spotlight. The humans are mainly just here to progress the plot, which honestly, I'm fine with. I went into this film for the stop-motion dinosaurs, and that's exactly what I got. The humans are just a little bonus. Yeah, by today's standards, this film's nothing special, but I had plenty of fun with it myself. Maybe I'm just a sucker for old special effects, but I can't help it. I find stop-motion to be so charming and interesting, it can improve what would otherwise be a pretty forgettable little movie. Without the effects, this is a fairly unremarkable cowboy film with some decent acting and good cinematography, but a bland story with bland characters. But add in some dinosaurs, and now you have my attention. The Valley of Gwangi is a good, fun time. Honestly, when I think of dinosaur films outside Jurassic Park, this might actually be one of the first ones I think of. So if you're a fan of old special effects or dinosaurs in cinema in general, then this one should do the trick.